Imagine being told that one of the most feared diseases in the world, the one many of us dread more than cancer, more than heart disease, might not be as inevitable as we've been led to believe. I'm talking about Alzheimer's disease. Now, if that sentence made you raise an eyebrow, good. Because that's exactly how I reacted when I first heard that Dr. Dean Ornish, the same physician who literally reversed heart disease using lifestyle changes, was turning his attention to Alzheimer's. This is the doctor who reversed advanced heart disease using a plant-based diet and lifestyle program, potentially reversed early-stage prostate cancer, and even demonstrated telomere elongation, basically showing signs of biological age reversal. So when I heard he was testing whether the same approach could help people with early Alzheimer's, I'll be honest, I was skeptical. This was Alzheimer's, after all. A disease we're told is unstoppable. But what Ornish and his team discovered? That's what we're breaking down today, and trust me, you'll want to hear this to the very end. 1. Understanding Alzheimer's and risk. Let's start with a tough truth. Alzheimer's has become the most feared condition of later life, and tragically, it's now the leading cause of death in Australia. Most people believe dementia is something entirely out of our control. A cruel roll of the genetic dice. But emerging research tells a different story. While Alzheimer's may not be curable, it appears to be largely preventable, and heavily influenced by the choices we make every day. You've probably heard the phrase, "What's good for the heart is good for the brain." Well, that's not just a saying. That's physiology. A. The role of atherosclerosis in Alzheimer's. Healthy cerebral arteries, those tiny vessels feeding your brain, need to deliver a constant stream of oxygen and nutrients. But when arteries clog with cholesterol and plaque, blood flow drops, brain cells starve, and Alzheimer's risk goes up. This isn't speculation. It's visible under a microscope. B. Cholesterol as a risk factor. High cholesterol isn't just a heart problem, it's a brain problem. In fact, the AP gene, one of the biggest genetic risk factors for Alzheimer's, is actually the brain's cholesterol transporter. And yes, having AP4 increases risk. But that leads us to something fascinating. C. The Nigerian paradox. In Nigeria, many people carry the AP4 gene. In fact, it's more prevalent there than in Western countries. Yet Alzheimer's rates are astonishingly low. Why? Because their diets are traditionally very low in cholesterol and animal fat. This gives us a powerful model for understanding Alzheimer's. Genes load the gun. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. 2. Dietary guidelines for Alzheimer's prevention. So what does a brain protective diet look like? Research consistently points toward foods rich in antioxidants, fiber, and phytonutrients, vegetables, legumes, fruits, whole grains. In other words, whole food, plant-based eating. And the evidence is striking. Vegetarians may be up to 3 times less likely to develop dementia. Replacing even 5% of animal protein with plant protein reduces dementia mortality. This isn't about perfection. It's about giving your brain what it thrives on. 3. From prevention to reversal. Here's something we rarely think about. When prevention works, nothing happens. And when nothing happens, we don't appreciate it. Heart disease was once thought completely irreversible, until Dr. Ornish showed otherwise. Which begs the question, if heart disease can be reversed through lifestyle, could the same be true for early Alzheimer's? 4. The Alzheimer's Lifestyle Intervention Trial. This brings us to Ornish's groundbreaking Phase 2 clinical trial. A study design. Around 50 people with early-stage Alzheimer's. 20-week study. A randomized, controlled design. 2 groups, control group, no lifestyle changes. Intervention group, whole food, plant-based diet, plus B12. 30 minutes of moderate daily exercise. Stress management practices. Weekly group support on Zoom. So far, sounds reasonable, right? But what matters is what happened next. B measurements. They didn't rely on guesswork. They used standard cognitive and functional tests. Objective biomarkers that track real disease progression. This wasn't a feel better study. This was about measuring actual brain function. 5. Key findings. This is where things get seriously interesting. A clinical dementia rating, CDR, global scale. The control group got worse. The lifestyle group improved. This is nearly unheard of in Alzheimer's research. BIOTIS COG, cognitive assessment. The lifestyle group showed an improvement trend, not statistically significant, but still moving in the right direction. CCDR, sum of boxes. Both groups declined, but the lifestyle group declined significantly less. Again, slowing Alzheimer's progression is a huge win. D. Clinical global impression of change. This one blew researchers away. Control group, most worsened, none improved. Lifestyle group, about 40% improved within 5 months. Improvement in early Alzheimer's in under half a year. E-dose-response relationship. The more consistently people followed the lifestyle program, the more their cognition improved. This explains why previous lifestyle trials that were less intensive failed. Intensity matters. Consistency matters. Lifestyle matters. 6. Limitations. To be clear and fair, lifestyle studies can't completely remove the placebo effect. But here's the thing, the biomarkers, objective, measurable indicators, matched the cognitive improvements. This wasn't just feeling better. Something real was happening. 7. Comparison to Alzheimer's drugs. Now, let's talk about current Alzheimer's medications. Some newly approved drugs offer minimal benefit, cost tens of thousands of dollars, and carry serious risks, like brain swelling or bleeding. Many geriatric experts criticized their FDA approval as premature. So when a lifestyle program shows improvements without dangerous side effects, that's a game changer. 8. Conclusion. Here's the truth we can't ignore. There is only one diet that's been scientifically shown to reverse heart disease in the majority of patients, a whole food, plant-based diet. And given its benefits across nearly every major chronic condition, it deserves to be considered the default diet for most people. We now have evidence it can reverse heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and perhaps, just perhaps, slow or even reverse early-stage Alzheimer's disease. The case for plant-based eating isn't just strong. It's overwhelming. If this video opened your eyes, or even sparked curiosity, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your brain will thank you for watching. See you in the next one.